Keep silence. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss about the micturition process. Which one?
Micturition process.
What is the micturition? How it is happening in our urinary system or excretory system? That's most important here. So, urinary bladder, that is the temporary stored part of our urinary system or excretory system. The urine temporarily stores in the urinary bladder. Okay, urinary bladder is a sac. Okay, so it has the capacity to hold urine for some time. Okay, so if you observe this, ureters collect urine from the kidneys. Ureters, a set of ureters can collect urine from the kidneys. It means the collected urine temporarily stores in a urinary bladder. Which one?
Urinary bladder.
Urinary bladder. Okay, so now if it is filled with urine, after then we must eliminate or we must pass out from our body. It means you must micturition. You can observe or you must micturate the urine from your urinary bladder. Okay, that process we can observe here. How that micturition process is happening in this urinary system or excretory system, that we want to know here. Okay, so it is a temporarily urine storing structure, that is a urinary bladder. It has a 2 sphincters in it. Sphincters means it's the muscles. Okay, 2 sets of muscles present in a urinary bladder. How many sets are there? 2 sets. So if you observe inner and outer, we can observe. Okay, so these 2 sets of sphincter muscles are circulatory or circular. Okay, circular sphincter muscles present in a urinary bladder. These 2 sphincters plays key role in micturition process. Okay, so it means, so when you observe in the time of urine filling, the 2 sphincters or muscles get constructed. Ante sphincter muscles or sphincters get constructed. Constructs. It means when both sphincters get constructs, the exit, it means urethra. Okay, so the exit will be closed. Closed. It means we cannot pass the urine from urinary bladder. Okay, after that urinary bladder filled with urine. Commonly our urinary bladders holds 700 to 800 ml of urine. Okay, so if the urinary bladder filled up with urine, so automatically the volume of the urine increases in the urinary bladder, so that gives some pressure on the walls of the urinary bladder. So exit closed. Now the urine levels are increasing. It means it gives some pressure on the walls of the urinary bladder. అంటే ఇక్కడ యూరిన్ ఫిల్ అయ్యే కొద్దీ ఏమవుతుంది, it gives some pressure. Okay, మనం బెలూన్ లో ఎలాగైతే ఇఫ్ యూ ఫిల్ విత్ ఎయిర్, సో ఆటోమేటిక్లీ the air gives some pressure towards the walls of the balloon. Likewise, so when the urine is filled with the urinary bladder is filled with urine, that urine gives some pressure towards the walls of the urinary bladder. It means it can triggers or it can give some stretching antam. That stretching will we can observe the pressure. If the pressure is increasing, the walls of the urinary bladder stretched. Okay, so the walls of the urinary bladders will stretch. It means so automatically the automatic reflex starts here. It means some pressure is giving on the walls of the urinary bladder. It means the levels of the urine is increasing in urinary bladder. Okay, so it gives some stretches in the walls. It means it is automatic reflection. It means it is under control of our brain. Okay, in that time when 300 to 400 of ml of urine is filled in urinary bladder, the stretches levels also increases. The pressure increases, the stretching levels also increases. Okay, it triggers the reflection of micturition. And you must pass out the urine from urinary bladder. Okay, so if the automatic reflex gets started, it means the upper sphincter gets relaxed. Upper sphincter gets relaxed. Okay, it means the inner or the lower sphincter also it remains as in contracted mode. Okay, it is relaxed but it is in contracted mode. It means it cannot allow to pass out or it cannot allow micturition. Why? Because it is under control of our brain. Okay, if infants or small children are there, they can release urine. Why? Because that is a involuntary thing. But in adults we can observe they can voluntary. It is a voluntary reflex. So it means so these the activity of lower sphincter under control of our brain. Okay, so if you observe upper sphincter in relaxed mode, lower sphincter under control of brain commonly. Okay, so when it filled with more urine, you can feel it will triggers. It can give or it will give some pain in our muscles, in our urinary bladder. Okay, much more pain, you cannot hold anymore. Okay, that pain will be increases. When the levels of the urine increases in the urinary bladder, automatically the pain will be increases. It triggers to perform micturition process. How much of time you can hold your urine in your urinary bladder? Okay, so just imagine if it is filled with the urine, so you must micturate the urine. So but you can hold some time, not long time. Okay, so if that is filled with 700 to 800, you must micturate the urine. Okay, so automatically, so the lower, if you in the time of micturition, your brain will give some information to the lower sphincter, so then you can release or you can perform the micturition process. You can leave the urine from your urinary bladder. Okay, that triggering very important. So the triggering is also command of our brain. There is a voluntarily we can control the passage or micturition process. Okay, so if you observe sometimes, so in problem having adults or old people, they can lose their urine. Why? Because that sphincters cannot work properly. Okay, if that sphincters working properly, you can voluntarily micturate the urine from your urinary bladder. It's very important task here, very important function. Okay, so and how much of urine we can hold in our urinary bladder means, so 1.6 to 1.8 liters maximum, sorry, for day we can leave this much of urine from your urinary bladder. Maximum 700 to 800 you can hold it. 700 to 800 ml of urine you can hold in your urinary bladder for temporary period. Are you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt up to here?
No, sir.
So once again, see this, the sphincters, two sets of sphincters present in our urinary bladder, in the area of urinary bladder. These are circular muscles or circular sphincter muscles. So it get when that is filled with urine in the time of filling, or filled up with urine, filled up with urine. So it the two sphincters gets constructs. So and the exit will be closed. So the urine levels are increased. The pressure also increases. It means the walls will be get stretched. So automatic reflection will starts. It means upper sphincter gets relaxed and lower sphincter under control of brain, except infants. Okay. So and then the under control of our brain, so voluntarily